Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Wilmot speaking from Wizard Systems. Thanks for joining me today for this presentation to show you the capabilities of Workbooks CRM, what areas of your business it can address, and how my company, Wizard Systems, can help you with any CRM project you're contemplating there. Now, we run these presentations every Friday, well, normally every Friday, 10 o'clock UK time, focusing on different aspects of Workbooks and CRM. And this morning we're going to look more closely at opportunity management. How do you keep a track of your sales and your sales forecasts and your pipeline coming through? This presentation will be approximately half an hour or so, so this is just a basic session. Everyone uses CRM in different ways. Everyone's got different requirements, and I wouldn't have enough time this morning to go over all of the extensive capabilities of Workbooks CRM. So after this session, if you want to explore Workbooks in a bit more detail, we'd only be too happy to organize a one-to-one session with you and your colleagues, and we can then go over your specific requirements. Also on the call today, we've got some people I know looking down the list of attendees. I recognize a few names that companies are already on a trial of Workbooks. So there is a excuse me, there is a free trial of Workbooks, so you can put it through its paces in your own time. And there's some people on the presentation on the call today who've never seen it at all. So excuse me if I'm going over some old information, information you may already know about Workbooks. I've got to go at the speed of the slower, so to speak. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only, so you can hear me. I can't hear you. Your microphone is on mute. Don't worry about any background noises your end. And if you've got any questions as we go through, as you think of those, just type those into the questions section on your meeting control panel. You can probably still see that lurking in the top right corner of your screen somewhere. And I'll do my best to answer those at the end of the session. Also, when you do ask a question, I'll just give out your first name. I won't give out any other details, last name or company name, to protect your identity. Also, this session is being recorded. Now, after the presentation, you will receive an automated email from our system to send you a link to the recording. You can share that with your colleagues, and it will soon be posted to YouTube for general access as well. Okay, so let's get started then. Just a brief mention about my company then. First of all, Wizard Systems. We're an independent reseller of CRM systems. Workbooks is the most popular system that we supply, mainly to small and medium-sized organizations. And as you might have gathered already, you subscribe to Workbooks. So there's nothing to install. You don't have to worry about backups or upgrades. And we've got customers that do their own thing with Workbooks. They just take on the subscription. They set the system up themselves. They teach themselves how to use it. But if you need help at any step of the way, we're in this together. We can help you in any aspect of getting the system set up, tweaked and customized to requirements, migrating data from other systems into Workbooks, integrating it with other applications. You name it, we can do it with Workbooks. And we can provide any sort of training as well. We can train you at your place. You can come to us. We're based just north of Bristol. And Workbooks themselves are based in Reading, so we've got some training centres there. We can also train you online, and we provide ad hoc support as well. We've got a nice, friendly, responsive help desk service here, so to assist you in any step of the way. So we can do the whole thing for you. We can set the whole thing up for you on your instructions, or maybe there's different elements that you want to do and we want to do. We can obviously discuss that with you. So what is it you want to get out of a CRM system? What issues you're looking to solve? What objectives you're looking to achieve? These are the key things that we want to get to in any discussions, further discussions with you. Are you replacing an older CRM system? Are you just starting up in business and you recognize that you need a central system to start tracking your leads and track business development? Are you looking to improve on your marketing, track your quotes more effectively, improve customer service, or maybe a combination of all of those? This is really what we want to get to. So what is Workbooks? Well, it is a single solution, ready-made solution to help you manage information about your contacts, your interactions with those contacts. There's some marketing tools in there to make you more proactive with clients. Unusually for a CRM system, now not many CRM systems can do this, but we can create quotes, and also we can do sales orders and invoicing, a lot of the financial stuff that typically some accounting systems might do. We can do that in Workbooks. And I'll come on to pricing at the end of the presentation, but there's, just to be aware, there's two different editions of Workbooks that you sign up for: CRM edition or business edition. Now, business edition does this financial stuff. So if you want to create sales orders and invoices, then you need business edition for that. Otherwise, CRM edition will be fine for you. And you can mix and match these two editions together as well. We can also track customer service in Workbooks. Do you have a customer care department there? Engineers, technicians, a help desk? They too could be using Workbooks, thereby improving sharing information in your company and better teamwork. And Workbooks, as well as it being a great productivity tool for you and your colleagues, is a great management tool as well to help you with your decisions and managing the business and tracking KPIs and so on. Workbooks has been around a long time. We've got 12,000 customers all across different types of companies in the well, primarily in the UK. Also, we've got many implementations further afield as well, outside of the UK. But we have Workbooks implemented in organizations from sole traders right up to, in some cases, many hundreds of users. So it's a very scalable application, very flexible. It adapts itself to different business types. And as I said earlier, it's 100% cloud. There's nothing to install. You don't need to worry about upgrades or backups. That's all done for you. It's a UK system. All of the data is held securely in the UK. Now, Workbooks won CRM Product of the Year. It's won it the last 3 years running. The 2015 results was announced earlier this month. So we're very proud that we are in the UK voted the best CRM product. And as regards security and reliability, Workbooks has been certified in all of the 6 releases of the government G-Cloud program. So if you're in central government, your local government, you can't use a system unless it has that security level. So Workbooks has got that nice secure system. Only you've got access to your data. So let's just focus on contact management then first of all. So with Workbooks, you get a ready-made system to track your leads, your prospects, your customers, your suppliers. It's very customizable. Shortly when I show you the system, the screens can be changed. You can take fields away. You can add fields to it. It's so easy. No programming required. You can also deploy different security levels in there as well. So if you want to hide information from people or stop people changing certain information or accessing certain capabilities, you can do that also. There's a concept of user roles in Workbooks. You're also using Workbooks to manage your activities. So every day your salespeople have got phone calls to make, projects to chase up on, tasks, meetings. They're all committed to Workbooks, easily logged in the system, thereby building up a wonderful history as you're going through there. Over time, you're building up a wonderful history of everything you've done, your colleagues have done with the client. We've got email integration with Workbooks. We can integrate with any email system. There's a very nice optional integration with Outlook. So if you're using Outlook, you might want to consider that. It's a very popular add-on option for Workbooks. So as you send and receive your emails, they're being copied into the history of the client's record, so you can see all of your emails, your colleagues' emails, and also the attachments as well. This Outlook integration also includes the synchronization of your calendar. There's a nice calendar in Workbooks, your tasks, and your contacts in a bi-directional way. So you can put stuff into Outlook and it pops up in Workbooks and vice versa. We've got mobile access included. In your subscription, Workbooks will work with any browser. So work on a Mac, all the different browsers on a PC. We also include mobile access. So if you've got a smartphone or a tablet, you'll log on in a slightly different way, and you'll get a simpler view of your information, but that's all included in your subscription. Just to mention about marketing now, many people are actively using email marketing, web-based email marketing systems, and that too is very much a part of the way Workbooks is intended to use. So you've got, first of all, an easy way of getting data into Workbooks. If you've got various Excel spreadsheets right now, you buy in a database from a database broker, you can easily import that information into Workbooks and start using that information. You can also export any data you have in Workbooks easily into a couple of different file formats, CSV, separated values, or Excel. We also link to your website. So if you've got a form on your website, people fill in that form, they submit that form, that becomes a record automatically as a lead in Workbooks, and it could alert you to the fact that you've got a new lead. So a nice way of integrating with your website and tracking those sales leads coming through there and being alerted to them. In fact, there's also some workflow and automation in Workbooks as well. So if you look at the different processes in your company, you can automate some of those things to ensure that things get done. The right thing gets done to the right person at the right time, and nothing slips through the net. So if you want to make sure that when a lead comes in, if it's in a certain geographical location, it's allocated to a certain salesperson. So you can build in rules in there with this workflow and automation. So we can easily create lists in Workbooks. Prior to doing any marketing exercise, we can gather together everyone that's got something in common, and we integrate with 3 very popular email marketing systems: MailChimp, Constant Contact, and .mailer. MailChimp's the most popular one. So you build your list in Workbooks. The recipients you want to send the email to, that list is uploaded to one of these 3 accounts. Those 3 accounts, they allow you to create the HTML email, the nice looking email. They will deliver the email, and then with the integration, importantly, coming back into Workbooks automatically comes visibility of the responses of your customer to those mailings. So you can see against a customer what emails they were sent, what marketing emails they were sent, what they opened, what did they click on in that email, what landing page on your website did they go to, and also seeing hard bounce, soft bounce, and opt-out information, all automatically appearing in Workbooks. So great integration there with popular tools like MailChimp. Now, quotation management. If this is relevant to you, I'll go through this briefly. But you've got, as standard in Workbooks, the ability to do sales quotes. As I said earlier, not many CRM systems out there do this. They rely on linking to something else, or maybe not integrating at all to any quotation capabilities. So you've got to retype information, you've got lack of visibility of those quotes. But with Workbooks, you've got a nice way of creating quotes, easy, quick way of creating quotes, managing the whole sales quote process. You can store your price list in Workbooks. You can import your prices into Workbooks. So if you've got that data already in Workbooks, if you've got that data already in, say, an Excel spreadsheet, you can easily import that into Workbooks and start quoting from it. You can define any number of quote layouts. These quote layouts are stored in a PDF format, and you can, as standard, you can tweak the layouts very easily as regards putting your logos on, terms and conditions, and stamp it with your own style there. And as we do these quotes, and this is relevant to this morning's discussions, is we link with the opportunity manager, the opportunity management part of Workbooks. So as we're doing these quotes, it's updating your sales forecast there with the values of these potential sales. Going back to what I said about the 2 different editions of Workbooks, CRM edition or business edition. If you've got business edition, you then can, as part of a business process, convert those quotes to an order, convert the order to an invoice without having to rekey the information. And also we have options for linking, integrating to other accounting systems like Sage 50, for example, to save you time and reduce the need for retyping information. Quick mention about customer service. So if you've got a customer service team, you've got a way there's another dimension to Workbooks to track service issues, customer issues. The screen that you've got for logging the case or ticket is very customizable, so you tell it what information you want to know about these service calls. You can apply deadlines, so in a way you can track your service level agreements, your SLAs. You're building up, as you're tracking these issues, you're building up a wonderful history of these issues, so you can spot trends there. How many issues you're getting on product XYZ? How many issues are company ABC giving you? How many issues have we got right now tracked by agent? And thereby building up, in a way, with these issues, a knowledge base of typical problems and solutions. Okay, last slide before I dive into the demo proper. So putting your manager's hat on, as you can see with Workbooks, we've got a great way of tracking all of these different activity levels, your leads, your number of calls you're doing, meetings you're doing, analyze all those different KPIs there. Key to any CRM system and to Workbooks is tracking your opportunities, which we're going to concentrate on a bit this morning. Tracking your information via reports. We have a report writer in Workbooks. There's about 50 or so reports, ready-made reports to get you going. You can create your own reports as well. And nice, flashy bar graphs, pie charts, dashboards for tracking those key performance indicators. All right, let's dive into Workbooks proper then. So apologies again for those of you that are on the trial. This might be familiar ground to you, but I've logged into Workbooks. I'm using it via Chrome this morning, and as you can see, you might recognize this. It looks like your Windows desktop. Do you see that with the Start button in the bottom left-hand corner there? And just to the right of that, there's a Google-like search box. So you can type in there any word or phrase. It will find it for you wherever it exists in the Workbook system. But from that Start menu, from that Start button, that Start menu, here we are. We've got all of the important elements of a proper CRM solution. With right at the top here, people and organizations. The people that you're selling to, you're working with, and obviously if you're a B2B organization, the companies you're working with as well. Let me pop into organizations first of all and just show you when we select one of those items. This is a typical display that pops up here, a window showing me all of the companies, all of the organizations in my system. There they are, summarized there, row by row. And you can insert extra columns here. You can display extra columns as you wish if you want to see maybe the date they were entered or what type of organization are they. They could be extra columns you can easily display. Down the left-hand side, in this section called Views, this is where we can see different lists, different groups of these organizations that have something in common. So this is one I created earlier. I created a list, a group of all of my suppliers. So I can click on this view and instantly this shows me just the suppliers in my system. So easy to navigate your way around there. Now if I dive into a company in a bit more detail here, so this is an organization record, and the window that's appeared, we have some tabs running across the top there, which allows me to, when I click on those tabs, display more detailed information about this company. But on this main tab, this is the key information about this company, and this screen you can change. You can take fields away if they're not relevant and add new fields to it. And you can search on any of those fields. You can report on any of those fields. So there we are. That's the main information about the company. And then as we go across the top there, we've got some other more detailed information. So general notes about this company, activities that we've got going on about this company, phone calls, meetings, tasks with the integration with Outlook. That can be shared in a bi-directional way. And you can create new tasks here. This is one way in which you can create a new reminder for yourself or your colleague. Emails that have come over from Outlook or any other email system. We can integrate with Gmail, Yahoo, Apple Mail, and so on. People, who else works in this company? We can dive into their records there and see exactly the same detailed information. So what we're here this morning to talk about are opportunities. So we've got 2 opportunities on the go with this company. There they are there, summarized there. those two rows. And if I click on one of those, I can see that opportunity in a bit more detail. So now another window's appeared. The more detailed information of the opportunity in the top half of the screen. We've got the main information about this opportunity. This too is just an example of what Workbooks gives you. You started using Workbooks right now, then this is what it would give you. But you can add extra fields to this opportunity screen very, very easily. In the lower half of the screen, if you want to, you can record the individual items or services on this opportunity. You can add them here from the price list that you've maintained in Workbooks, or you can type in ad hoc items on the fly. But they all build up this overall opportunity. There we are. We can see this opportunity is worth £9,000. If we're tracking the costs of our products and services, then of course we can see the margin and the percentage GP we're making on this sale as well. So heads up display of the opportunity there, and an important field, or a couple of important fields here on this screen, apart from of course when are we going to get this order, but we've got the stage here. So in your company, do you have, when you think about your sales inquiries, do you see those sales going through different stages from the initial inquiry through to getting the order? Well, this is what this little simple drop down list is all about. And that together with the probability, and they may work hand in hand. So if you've got a very early inquiry, you've just put the phone down on a new inquiry and you've diligently typed them into Workbooks. Maybe they're not too well qualified right now. You don't know whether it's a good fit for your company. Do you see there? It's gone to a zero probability, a zero chance of us getting the deal. Whereas if, say, we've been talking with this company, we're a good fit, they said we're very likely to get the order, well, there you are. Do you see it's jumped right up to 80%? So that the two can work hand in hand. And when we come on to sales forecasting, this is quite important to see at a glance, either as a company or looking at an individual salesperson. So top right corner here, this is the name of the salesperson that's going to be responsible for closing this opportunity. We can see what's likely to come through from Alison, what's unlikely, what is she committed to bringing into the company. And running across the top of this opportunity screen, we've got those tabs again, and you can dive in those and see more detailed information, specific activities associated with this opportunity, emails, people, organizations, files, and so on. So that's the opportunity, one of the opportunities relating to this company. Now, if I just close down all these open windows here, I've got a very simple button down here. Do you see close all windows? And that just tidies up my desktop there. Now, standing back and looking at what's going on here, where can I see all of my opportunities on the go? Well, there's three main areas where Workbooks can display at a glance what's going on with your opportunities. So if I go back to that start button and I go up to this sales section here, and this is where I can see my leads, quotations I might have done, but here, opportunities. These are, now if I click on this particular view here, all opportunities, this will display all of the opportunities on the go. And again, rather like Excel, I can decide what columns I see in this summarized view. I can sort these columns in ascending or descending order. I can group and sort these opportunities. I just want to see all of my stage 5s or all of the sales at a particular probability. You can do that. You can also create these different lists and views. So if I want to see everything I'm closing this quarter, click on that little view there and my display refreshes. So very easy to see all of your sales or sales matching some certain criteria. Linked to those opportunities, if I go back to my start button and sales and forecasts, This is where you can see all of the sales targets of your team. So let's imagine I've got 4 salespeople. These are the periods, the financial year, the periods of that quota, and the revenue and GP quotas or forecast. Then I can see what's actually happening right now as regards to these forecasts and what they've done so far. Again, we've got the period here, salesperson, revenue they're committing, GP as well. I could dive into one of these salespeople's periods here. So this year, period 10, Tony, salesperson, Tony, dive in there, and we can see what has he committed to. Going back to what I said earlier about the stage, when Tony updates his sales forecast and he changes the stage or he changes the probability from something to something else, that's going to reflect on this screen here. So we can see what is likely to come in and what is unlikely to come in through those forecasts. Other areas where you can see your sales is through the report writer. So this little reporting section here will display the Workbooks report writer, and there's about 50 or so reports provided with Workbooks. They're displayed in different categories or sections here. So these are some reports on activity levels, cases. If I just scroll through here, I can get through to, let's just scroll down a little bit more, I can get through to opportunities, and I can click on one of these reports here, and this will show me, in this example, a summarized report, just looking at those different stages and showing me what I've got tied up in those different stages. And the third area that we can see what's going on as regards our sales forecasts are our dashboards. We've got nice flashy dashboards in Workbooks. This is an example of one I created earlier, and this is where we're looking at, again, all of our different salespeople, those stages, what's the value of sales tied up in those different stages. And then with the dashboards you can display a nice looking graph, business chart, pipeline chart, bar graph, pie chart, or line chart, or similar. So great ways of, through those 3 ways of managing what's going on there. Right, that just brings me to close that short presentation. I haven't gone into the other aspects of Workbooks, creating quotes, orders, invoices, using Workbooks as a marketing tool, a powerful email marketing tool, or tracking customer service. I'd encourage you to watch out for other weekly seminars. We do concentrate on these different aspects of Workbooks, but hopefully that's given you a good indication of the key areas in Workbooks where you can use it to track your sales opportunities and your forecasts. Okay, I'd now like to just cover a bit of pricing. With these 2 editions, CRM edition and business edition, so you pay annually in advance for your subscription. So it's $228 per user. It starts from for the CRM edition, and then $504 for the business edition. You need to add VAT on top of these prices. So business edition allows you to do the orders and invoices, credit notes, and record customer payments. There are some very popular add-on options. Probably the most popular one is the Outlook add-in, which allows you to share your emails and your calendar, tasks, and contacts between the 2 solutions. But there's some other popular add-ons there also. And then being realistic, think, do you need any help in getting the system up and running? So we can provide online instruction for you if you're running on a limited budget, or there's lots of things you think you can do yourself. Maybe you benefit from just a few hours instruction showing you how to set users up, how to customize the system, create new fields, how to import data, how to tweak the reports, how to do email marketing. Or we could, as a turnkey approach, the implementation, do everything for you. But that's where we would need to fully understand 100% what it is you want to achieve with CRM, and we most likely conduct a project scoping session with you. So we'd actually normally visit you on site, come to your offices, and over a day or so go through in a lot more detail workbooks, how you want it set up, where's your data right now, what reporting do you want to do, what processes and workflow do you want set up in workbooks. We'll then go away from that session and come back to you with a complete proposal for everything that you need. So just bear in mind those different ways, different options there you've got of working with us on any implementation. So if anyone's got any questions now, this is time to our free-for-all session on any question you may have about workbooks. I'll try and answer those as best I can. So please locate your questions section. I think a few questions have come through already. I could see those in the corner of my eye as we were going through. First question from Tom: Can I link workbooks to my website? Yes, well, you can in a few ways, Tom. First of all, there's a web to lead capability. So as I was describing earlier, you can link your web form to workbooks, and in fact there's some sample HTML given in workbooks allowing you to do that. So a nice way of getting those leads in there. And it is possible also to design a customer portal. This requires a little bit more work, but you can have on your website more of an interactive way of sharing information with your clients and have them logging details, changing their details maybe, or logging their own service issues as well. Question from Christian: Is there any possibility of integrating with other mailshot options we currently use, GetResponse? Potentially, yes, Christian. First of all, with the import feature of workbooks, it's possible to import into almost any area of workbooks. So without any integration, so we don't link with GetResponse, but you could export responses, the click-throughs, opens, unsubscribe information from GetResponse, and easily import that into workbooks. But we could discuss some kind of integration with you there. Next question from Christian: Is there a prioritization capability within workflow? Yes, there is. I mean, workflow is all about triggers and actions. So what has to happen in the workbook system? 24/7 workbooks can be monitoring itself, looking for something, some record to change from one value maybe to another value, and then if that condition is met, an action will take place. So what action what prioritization do you want to take place? Do you want to change the priority value of a record or escalate it to a user? So yes, Christian, certainly. But in any workflow setup, you'd be wise to discuss that with my colleagues here. One of my technical consultants here to go through what you're trying to do, just to 100% make sure we can do that. Next question from Olivia: What does the Sage link do? The link to Sage 50 allows you to transfer orders and invoices from workbooks. So normally you go up to order stage in workbooks. You could go up to quote stage if you want to, but then that transaction is copied without the need for rekeying any information together with the client details into Sage 50. So our standard integration is a one-way link from workbooks to Sage 50, but we can also discuss with you a link back the other way. So we can be populating workbooks with information from Sage 50, like payment details, for example. Question from John: What are the minimum up and download speeds for workbooks? Very good question, John. I'm going to have to part that question. I'll come back to you. I do have a colleague of mine on the call as well, Peter. Don't know whether, Peter, you can maybe either just try and research that while we're on the call. So Peter might come back to us by the end there, John. So you just hang fire there, but I've got your email address anyway, so don't worry about that. Next question from Alicia: how do you sign up for the trial? If you go to workbooks.com and locate the pricing section, you'll see there some buttons to register for the trial. No credit card required, by the way, Alicia. Very simple sign-up process, so you can start playing with the trial that normally lasts 30 days. Next question from John. What is the difference between PC workbooks and mobile or tablet? Well, essentially, John, you get a simpler display of information that renders itself for a smartphone or tablet. I guess if you're using a tablet with a fairly large screen, you'll use the normal desktop version that I showed you today. If you get on the trial, John, in the help section, if you just do a search for mobile client, you'll find the URL. You'll have a different URL to log on to for workbooks, for accessing via mobile or tablet, and you can see yourself. Next question from John. Is there a local copy for use when there is no connection to the cloud? At the moment, John, it's all online. There's no offline capability. One is being created. It may be available in the next few months, and it will be part of the subscription, but Workbooks are about to announce an offline capability for an iPhone or iPad type device where you'll have limited information. Of course, with most people's CRM systems where they're storing quite a lot of records, it may be inappropriate to have all of that downloaded to a smaller mobile device. So yes, John, it is coming, and it will be included as part of your subscription and offline capability, but not right now. Okay, I don't think there's any more questions coming through there. So John, I'll come back to you about the uploads and the download speed. Christian asked a question about use with Thunderbird. I guess that's the email system, Christian. Yes, we can link with that. The email integration, Christian, is done via a standard capability in Workbooks called Email Dropbox. You'll find it in your preferences. If I just go back to Workbooks here, so Start and My Preferences here. And do you see here, Christian, Email Dropbox? This is the feature, and just create that little Dropbox feature there. So this is what you need to do. There is a very good YouTube video that Workbooks provide on how to set this up, but basically you have this hidden email address. So as you send emails from Thunderbird, as you receive emails from Thunderbird, they're being forwarded automatically to this address, and as long as you've got the email address of the customer in Workbooks, it will copy the email together with the attachments for you automatically. So that's the email Dropbox feature there, Christian. And as I say, there are plenty of the very active YouTube channel with Workbooks, and here's the most popular ones that you've got there. And there we are, Christian. Do you see using Workbooks with email Dropbox? Have a look at that and see how you get on. All right, so just to wrap up this morning's presentation, just like to thank everyone for their time this morning, and just to remind you, if you want to have a deeper look into Workbooks, I'd be more than happy in organizing a one-to-one session with you and your colleagues. And depending on your requirements, we may be able to visit you. We could come and visit you, but normally we do that as an online presentation. Remember the trial as well. If you need a quote for Workbooks, if you're pretty sure what you want and you want to finalize pricing, then give me a call and we can send you a formal quote for what you need and all of the additional support and training options you may want to consider. So just let me know there. So there's my contact details. My name again, Tim Wilmot, Wizard Systems. Our website, wizard-systems.com or wizard-system.co.uk. But thanks very much again if you're interested in Workbooks and your time this morning, and have a good bank holiday weekend. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.